Hello everyone, welcome to ACE Online and welcome to Daily Current Affairs Initiative. We have certain current affairs from today from various news articles, newspapers or PIB. Let's see briefly what we are going to cover today. First one is Border Security Force, which will come under the internal security part. Then Pakistan occupied Kashmir, we'll see why it is there in news. So this is also comes under the internal security and international relations as well. Then Karpuri Thakur, who got Bharat Ratna Award yesterday. Subhash Chandra Bose. So these two personalities will be a part of Indian history as well as culture. Then Vaishvik Bharatiya Vigyanik scheme of Ministry of Science and Technology. Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness and Innovations. It is an international initiative. Let's see the details about it. Then Parvatmala Pariyojana collected from PIB, and we will see some factual pointers as well. Then we will practice some questions, right? So these articles actually mostly of factual in nature, except this is a issue based. You can understand rest of the things are more of fact, so you need to be revising these things more repeatedly, where you can see a lot of questions from this type of articles. First one, Border Security Force, BSF. Why it is there in news? Recently, Supreme Court is set to hear today the dispute of expanding BSF jurisdiction in Punjab. That means actually the land or police comes under the state, because India is a federal country, right? So the land as well as the police comes under the state, but certain cases central government will come into the picture. Here Border Security Force is a security force that surrounds in the Pakistan and Bangladesh borders. So the jurisdiction has been increased. That means earlier certain amount of kilometers or certain amount of distance were there, but now it was increased. We will see the background when it was increased and why it was increased. So it is in 2021 October. Ministry of Home Affairs, central government has expanded the jurisdiction of BSF in Punjab, West Bengal and Assam. It is not only expanded in the Punjab, but it also expanded in West Bengal and Assam. This was actually challenged by Punjab government in Supreme Court. So Punjab government has reached to the Supreme Court and they have asked for quashing the order. So prior to the notification, so before this notification has come from Ministry of Home Affairs, the jurisdiction of BSF is only for 15 kilometers. That means if border is there only, so for example this is the border of any particular state, so till only 15 kilometers it was given, but now it was increased. It was increased for 50 kilometers. That's why Punjab government has reached to the Supreme Court and they have asked to check this issue whether it is constitutional or not. The center expanded to 50 kilometers with this notification. Before it was only 15 kilometers. So that was the background, right? So you understood this center has increased the jurisdiction of BSF in certain states. So that is the issue. Punjab government has reached to the Supreme Court. Okay. So how can the questions be framed? So questions can come from directly what is BSF. So the details about BSF will become very much important for our exam. It was raised in 1965. So if you could able to recollect the events that has happened after post-independence history. So we had a war, 1965. So it was like, a surprising attack from Pakistan. Of course, India retaliated back with thorough forces. Anyhow, India understood that we need a swift force immediately because Pakistan is not a friendly country. So our Indian government has raised a separate force, Border Security Force, to guard the Pakistan boundary, right? So that's why it was launched in 1965. It is one of the 7 central armed forces of the Union under administrative control of Ministry of Home Affairs. So there are 7 forces. Those are Assam Rifles, Border Security Force, Central Industrial Security Forces, then Central Reserve Police Forces, ITBP, right, Indo-Tibetan Border Forces, NSG, National Security Guard, and Sashastra Seema Bal. So these are the 7 forces which government is handling, under which one is BSF. Okay, so understand the background why BSF was launched. So that's how the questions can be framed, and who are governing and what are all the forces that are India is handling to tackle the internal security. See, these are all tackling internal security. That means not external threats, only internally they are securing Indian borders. So you may confuse that Pakistan, it's actually international border. So why you are saying it is an internal security? Because BSF takes care within India. So it won't go beyond Pakistan or the boundary regions. For example, if there is a war between India and Pakistan, so the military will take care of crossing the border. BSF will only assist within the Indian borders. That's why it is an internal security force along with all other 6 forces. So total we have 2.65 lakh forces as of 2024 January. BSF total strength is 2.65 lakhs. It is deployed in India, Pakistan, international border, Indo-Bangladesh border, as well as line of control along with Indian Army and then anti-Naxal operations. So these are all the cases where BSF is deployed. One is India-Bangladesh border, other one is India-Pakistan border, and then India-Bangladesh border. So line of control is the tentative line between India and Pakistan, because there is certain part which is occupied by Pakistan. Pakistan occupied Kashmir, we will see in the next article. So along with that line, this BSF assists the Indian military. Also anti-Naxal operations also sometimes BSF can be deployed along with the CRPF. Okay. So BSF has been also defending Sar Creek. So you can see here, this is India-Pakistan border. This is India-Pakistan border, and we have a Sar Creek which is bordering India. This is Pakistan and this is India. So here also BSF is has been deployed, and they are securing this area. Along with that, Sundarbans Delta, which is in the India-Bangladesh border where world largest mangroves are present, there also BSF is handling the security, right? So these are about the BSF, and now we will see why BSF jurisdiction was increased by central government. That is also important as an issue based. Why government has increased this? Because it has power. Under BSF Act, Border Security Force Act 1965, government has the power to enhance or to increase the border, so which allows central government through an order to designate an area. So central government designate any area within the local limits of any such area, like within states, so like Punjab, Rajasthan, so any of where it can deploy, where members of the BSF can exercise powers to prevent offences. So why government is deploying BSF? So it want to tackle the offences that is happening. It may be drug, it may be drones. So the Ministry of State has actually given the reason, exact reason last year. Expansion was in response to increased use of drones and unmanned aerial vehicles by Pakistan. So if you have followed news, there are a lot of UAVs that were coming from the Pakistan side, and that was an issue because they can surveillance what is happening in Indian borders. That's why central government has increased its jurisdiction, because the state police there in Punjab or those regions have no expertise to tackle those. So BSF has expertise and they have increased this jurisdiction because of this reason. So this is the main reason which you need to remember why central government has increased the jurisdiction of BSF, right? And why Punjab has challenged, why Punjab government has come up with this issue even though center has that power, because they are saying that it is a contradictory. Already the jurisdiction of BSF was up to 15 kilometers. Now you are expanding till 50 kilometers. So why our state police is there and why it is land part of constitution? So how can you expand this without even consideration? So the other reason was the notification was issued without considering the Punjab state. So there are two reasons. One is land as well as the security of the state lies with the state government, because our constitution has distributed the power. Second reason is that they did not consider the Punjab government before taking the decision. So that's why Punjab government has tackled. So we have seen why Indian government has expanded and why the Punjab government is challenging. Now the ball is in the Supreme Court, so we will have to see. So it will check whether the expansion of jurisdiction was an arbitrary, means it is one-sided without considering the Punjab. Then whether interference with the powers of local police and encroaches the state powers. So as we were discussing, Punjab government has asked for this. So they will also check whether it is encroaching the state powers, right? So this is now we will see what is happening. So we have seen what is the issue, what is BSF, and why central government has enhanced the jurisdiction and why Punjab government has deployed those forces, and finally it is under the Supreme Court consideration, right? So that is about the BSF. Any doubts? Okay, we'll move ahead. Okay, we'll move ahead for the next one. So Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So we will see about Pakistan occupied Kashmir, but before that, try to understand why it is there in news. Ladakh's main socio-political group, so there are certain political groups in the Ladakh region which is earlier part of Jammu Kashmir, now it is an union territory, right? So this political group have asked center to extend Ladakh's territorial control up to Gilgit-Baltistan in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So Ladakh, there are certain parties, political parties in Ladakh, they have asked center to enhance their jurisdiction till Pakistan occupied Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan region. So we will see what is Gilgit-Baltistan, what is Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and why Ladakh is asking. So all these things we will see. Before that, try to understand the issue. I will just briefly explain you. So after immediately independence in 1947, certain territories or certain princely states like Hyderabad, even Jammu Kashmir, they did not join with either Pakistan or India. So what happened in Jammu Kashmir? Most of the population in Jammu Kashmir were following the Islamic, but the king who is ruling there was Hindu, and he does not want to join either Pakistan or India. So he want to remain independent with the Jammu Kashmir. So in such cases, there are certain tribes from Pakistan, the hilly regions of the Pakistan, Pashtuns we call them. So those tribes were attacked the Jammu Kashmir princely state. So here the background is that most of the intelligence forces has said that those tribes were supported by Pakistan army, and they have almost occupied they have started occupying one by one area towards Jammu Kashmir, because India did not go, as it is not part of India yet. It is still under the Raja, and Britishers were still there in terms of governor. Like we have a governor, right? That time who has to give permission, Mountbatten, right? So they were slowly attacking the Indian or the Jammu Kashmir territory. Now the Raja has asked support from the Indian government. The princely state, whoever is ruling those, that Raja of Jammu Kashmir has asked Indian government to support. So Indian government has asked to sign him agreement that it will be part of India temporarily with certain independent powers. So yes, Raja has agreed, and Indian forces rushed. By the time this tribe supported by Pakistan has occupied this amount of territory. So India did not completely get into the territory. Rather, they have asked United Nations support, and United Nations has asked to status quo. That means you remain, don't change any boundary. So Indian forces should remain here, and this part which was already occupied by the Pakistan will remain there. Then they have put the condition in United Nations that once the Pakistan vacate this territory, then we will conduct a plebiscite. That means voting. And whatever the majority people want, from the voting, whatever the majority, either they want to join Pakistan or India, based on that, we will distribute this territory to that particular region. Till now, there was no plebiscite, and because Pakistan has not vacated this area. So that's why there is no voting, and this issue keep existing in the Indian political or international affairs, right? So this is Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and within that we have two territories, Gilgit and Baltistan. So the northernmost one is Gilgit, and the southernmost one is Baltistan. So these two are under now the control of Pakistan. That's why we calling it as a Pakistan occupied Kashmir. And this red color one is with China. They have occupied it in 1962. When India-China war was there. So this is also India considered as part of it. So still there is a dispute, right? So this is about the Pakistan occupied Kashmir context. Now you can see the present situation. All this area, this is Jammu Kashmir, the Ladakh part was kept under the Ladakh, this blue color, and this territory was kept under the Jammu Kashmir. So Ladakh is asking that this Gilgit-Baltistan has to be completely taken from Pakistan and give the administration to the Ladakh territory. So that's what they demand, and we will see some important points which are relevant for our exam. During the first, so I have discussed all these things, what has happened. In 1947, Pakistan tribes has entered, so they have occupied. So we have already discussed this point. So this Gilgit-Baltistan region, which Pakistan call it as a northern area. They call them as a northern area. We call it as a Gilgit-Baltistan and Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So it is a disputed territory between India and Pakistan. So you have seen the map. Here also you can observe once again. So this is Indian border, Gilgit and Baltistan now part of Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Okay. So in 2020, what Pakistan has done, they have passed the act through their parliament, became the 5th state in Pakistan. So earlier it was given independent charge, like they have given certain independent powers, but now they have added into the 5th state of Pakistan, and India also reflected back with some comments that we are not recognizing this. So Pakistan already having Sindh, Punjab, Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So they have 4 and they have added 5th one, this Gilgit-Baltistan, illegally into their territory, right? So this is the Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and we need to remember certain features for our exam, because Gilgit-Baltistan or that Pakistan occupied Kashmir, we consider it as part of our India only. It is home to K2 peak. So K2 peak is located in Gilgit-Baltistan region, and it is the 2nd tallest mountain in the world after Mount Everest. Okay, so that is a fact that you need to remember. It is also home to old Shia community. So Islam had 2 type of community, Shias and Sunnis. Pakistan is mostly consist of Sunni, and they have issue with the Shia community. That's why persecution keeps happening. So that means they are killing within their own religion. I mean, within Islam, they are killing their own people because they are not following the Sunni sect. Geographically, it is located in the tri-junction of Himalayas, Hindu Kush and Pamir Knot. So there are 3 regions, Himalayas, Hindu Kush mountains and Pamir Knot, and this Gilgit-Baltistan is located at the tri-junction of these 3 areas. Apart from several high altitude lakes, I mean, there are a lot of lakes in the Gilgit-Baltistan region. It is also home to world's largest glaciers, including Siachen Glacier. So very, very important. Siachen Glacier, now India is holding it right at the border, the easternmost border of Gilgit-Baltistan or Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Now it is in our hands, we are handling it. It is also part of Gilgit-Baltistan region. So these facts are important, right? So that is about the Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Any doubts? Okay. Now we will see Karpuri Thakur, why it is there in news and what we need to learn for our exams. So the context is simple, direct. Most of the news articles from various newspapers has covered. So he was given with Bharat Ratna award by the Indian government. Okay, we will see about his details, like what to be remember for our exam, and also we will see what is relevant from Bharat Ratna award, because UPSC has asked many times about the Padma awards, Bharat Ratna awards, not only UPSC, in most of the exams, so it has been asked. So the context we already understood. He was given with Bharat Ratna award yesterday, and this year is also 100th birthday of Karpuri Thakur. So this 2024 is the birth centenary of Karpuri Thakur. That's why very, very important for all the exams. And he is called as Jananayak. His title was given with Jananayak. Very, very important. So this is brief. We will see the details about Karpuri Thakur, which is relevant for our exam. He was an Indian politician. So he was politician and also freedom fighter. We will see the details. And he is 11th Chief Minister of Bihar. Has run for 2 terms. So he is the Chief Minister of Bihar and of 11th and is a politician. His birthday was on 24th January 1924. So today is his birthday, and government has announced the Bharat Ratna. As a student, he left his studies and joined Quit India movement in 1942. So everyone knows that Quit India movement has happened in the history. We are celebrating 75 years of Quit India movement also, right? So this he has participated in Quit India movement. That's how the questions will be framed. Consider the following statements about Karpuri Thakur, and then he participated in Quit India movement, something like that. They will frame the questions. So this you need to remember. For his participation in Indian independence, he was prisoned for 26 months. So more than 2 years he spent his lifetime in jail during the British rule in India. He became member of British Vidhan Sabha, that is Legislative Assembly, in 1952 from Tejpur constituencies. So you no need to worry about remembering these details for central exams, but instead if you are preparing from northern part of India from Bihar. So they may ask this data also. He contested from Socialist Party of India, right? So he contested from Bihar in 1952, is first from the Socialist Party. He also enforced total prohibition of alcohol in Bihar. So that was the first time that Bihar has come up with the total prohibition of alcohol in the state. And in 1978, he introduced as a chief minister 26% reservation for OBCs in Bihar. So he was the first to introduce, and from there the issue raised. So it came till the central level as well. So this was the details about him. Now the more important thing is about the Bharat Ratna. We need to know about the Bharat Ratna. It is a highest civilian award. So civilian means non-military elements. So whoever has contributed for civilian aspects, like whatever tourism, peace, all this comes under the civil. So it is the highest civilian award given by India. It was instituted in 1954. The year is also important. Already in UPSC prelims they have asked civil services, right? So the award is conferred with the recognition. So why the award is given? So for whom they are giving it? For exceptional services performance, with regard to highest order without any distinction of race, occupation, position, sex. So anyone is conferred with this award if he or she is contributed certain things to the country in terms of services, right? So it can be any field. And on the Prime Minister's suggestions, so here you need to observe the point. Who is giving this? The government, not the parliament. Who is giving the award? The government through presidential order. So president will announce, but behind that, Prime Minister or the government cabinet is giving the name to the president, and maximum of 3% can be awarded in a year. This is very, very important. So government can not go beyond 3%. So every year the maximum limit for giving Bharat Ratna is only 3 people. For 3 people only they can give the award. Few more. The recipient of the award. So whoever is receiving the award, they will receive the certificate as well as medal. Okay. So there is no point of giving money. Does not come with any monetary grant. So very, very important all these facts to remember. So certificate and the medal is given without any money. And Alipur Mint in Calcutta prepare these medals along with Padma Award. There is a lot of medals. Most of the awards in India is prepared here. Alipur Mint in Calcutta. And the first people who received this award is also important. Historically also you need to know. C. Rajagopalachari, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan and C.V. Raman were the first winners in 1954. When the award was constituted, these 3 people were the first to receive this award. Okay. So those are the details about Bharat Ratna. Any doubts? Okay. Next, Subhash Chandra Bose. So very important or the popular personality from Indian history. So why he is there in news? Because we already discussed yesterday about the Parakrama Divas. So I am not discussing about the Parakrama Divas. If you want to see, you can go back to yesterday's news article and we have seen what is Parakrama Divas, when it was launched, what is the significance, all these things we have already discussed. So Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was, his birthday was there on 23rd January, and on the occasion government is giving Parakrama Divas. So we need to see about his personality which is relevant for our exam, right? So we will see from his starting point where he was educated till the last point, what are all the relevant things for our exam. He was born in Cuttack, Odisha, not in the present West Bengal. Earlier Odisha is also part of West Bengal, but now if the question comes, so he was born in Cuttack, which is not part of West Bengal now, in 1897. So he born in 1897 to Janaki Nath Bose and Prabhavati Bose. So for his parents, you can remember if you are writing the little bit lower level of exams. He also completed his BA from philosophy in the University of Calcutta, right? He later went to England. He went to England there, and then he studied the higher education. He also cleared civil services with 4th rank. So he cleared that exam. There are a lot of some interviews also of his, how he answered, how he attracted the Britishers there. So he selected, and immediately in the next 2 years he resigned. He realized that the most important thing for me is to get independence for India, not to work under the British and get this lavish life. Rather I want to strive for the country. Such a motivational personality, you can say. So nobody will, in the present situation or the present conditions of society, nobody is ready to give lavishness. They always want comfort, right? So those days we can remember, and it always a motivation for the contemporary youth. He resigned from civil services to don't want to work with the British. His mentor was Chittaranjan Das. So you can see here image, very important. This also come in the exam. So they may ask who is the mentor of Subhash Chandra Bose. Chittaranjan Das. So we are not going to discuss about the C.R. Das. So I'm just mentioning about this, the mentor, the guru. In 1921, Bose took over the editorship of Forward. So Forward was launched by Chittaranjan Das. Forward newspaper was launched by Chittaranjan Das. He has taken over the editorship of this particular article. Okay, so that is also important. In 1923, after 2 years, he was elected as a president of All India Youth Congress. So there is a All India Youth Congress under the Indian National Congress. He took over it. He handled the youth wing of Congress and also acted as a secretary of Bengal State Congress. Right? So all these facts are very important for our exam. He also wrote book titled Indian Struggle, which deals about the independence movement of India. So the theme of the book, the accounts of the book, as well as who wrote it, also very important. The Indian struggle. Few more facts. In 1930, he was elected as a mayor of Calcutta, and same year he was elected to the president of All India Trade Union Congress. So you can see here. So he was elected as a president for it, and he worked for the workers movement there that time. He was also elected as a president for Indian National Congress. So Indian National Congress have presidentialship every year. So in December every year it made from 1885. So Indian National Congress was launched in 1885. So since then every year Congress meet and they have elect for the president. So he has elected twice in 1938 and 1939, Haripuri and Tripuri sessions. But he resigned in 1939 because Gandhiji don't want to work with the Congress under the leadership of Subhash Chandra Bose because they have disputes. And then Mahatma Gandhi also actually put Patabi Sitaramaya as a candidate, but he was defeated by Subhash Chandra Bose. Later, as Mahatma Gandhiji don't want to work, then Subhash Chandra Bose resigned from the Congress to give the Congress independently under the Mahatma Gandhi. Later, he has launched All India Forward Bloc within Indian National Congress, not outside of Indian National Congress. He has launched All India Forward Bloc separately with little bit more left-wing activities, like he is more aggressive in nature, right? So after resigning from Congress. He also founded Free India Center in Berlin, very important. All these are very, very important. Free India Center was launched by whom, where it was launched, and also Indian Legion with all the prisoners of India origin who were kept in jails of Germany and Italy. So he has collected all those people and he has launched Indian Legion to fight against the Britishers, to support Germany and other Axis forces, right? So these facts are very important. And also in Germany, through German supported Azad Hind Radio. So from the radio in Germany, he has called to India and spoke about certain things. After that, he mentioned Mahatma Gandhi as a father of nation. So we all call Mahatma Gandhi as father of nation, but first time it was called by Subhash Chandra Bose. From Germany radio, he called this and it became very popular. After that, he has seen that there is no proper support from Germany. Rather, he went to Japan. Then he asked Japan to support for Indian freedom struggle against British. So from there, he launched Delhi Chalo movement to attack India. Unfortunately, he was not able to do that. He has died, and even there was a dispute between Indian soldiers and Japanese soldiers. So unfortunately, we could not able to achieve. But his contribution has indirectly made the success much faster. So we were able to handle it. He also announced Azad Hind government. So Azad Hind government from Singapore on 21st 1943, right? So these are all facts very, very important for our exam. Any doubts? Okay. Next, so those facts you need to remember. Subhash Chandra Bose lifestyle we have discussed from his education or from his birth till his death. So we have discussed all those things. You can expect at least one question from the competitive exams. Now we'll move to Vaishvik Bharatiya Vaigyanik Fellowships. So the context is this. Recently, Department of Science and Technology, yesterday only, has announced the first batch of fellowships in Vaibhav scheme. So we will see what is Vaibhav scheme. So that's how the questions can be framed. Okay. So the background is this. First we will see the objective. What is Vaibhav scheme? It is a fellowship program. That means scholarship. You will get money for your work to connect India's STEM diaspora. So STEM means here science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine. So from the people who are having Indian origin, many of the people were doing jobs in other states like America and many countries, and they are also doing some masters, PhD there. So they have little bit more expertise because of advanced funding, more technology. So those knowledge can be utilized in India, right? Isn't it? So government want to bring those knowledge and support Indian technology or Indian educational institution. So that is the objective of the scheme. So we have discussed that Indian government want to encourage the Indians who are settled or who are residing in other countries will come to India and support the Indian education centers, and in turn they will get the money as well. So that is about the objective. It offers NRIs researchers an opportunity to work for 1 to 2 months in a year. So in every year they can come and work 1 to 2 months for total 3 years, and government will pay them 37 lakhs for working just 6 months at max for 3 years. They will receive 37 lakhs from the Indian government. Okay. So what is the consequences of this? Our technology or our knowledge, our research and development in India can be developed. Okay. So that is the end objective of this particular scheme, and implementing agency is Department of Science and Technology. So who is implementing is also always important for our exam. Few more facts. Who are eligible? Researchers. So not all Indians who are residing in other countries are eligible. So they should have studied or being studying now with world top 500 universities across the world. So they have to get admission into these particular top 500 educational institutions, or they might have already completed from this institute. Only those are eligible because government they feel that they are more expertise from these universities. So that's why they can enhance Indian research and development. Okay. The applicant should be a NRI or overseas citizen and also has to be obtained a degree like master's, PhD. So not only studying but also they should have obtained the degree from these universities, right? So that is how the features of the scheme. Factual thing. Next, Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness and Innovations. So it is the context. Serum Institute of India. So we have a Serum Institute which is more expertise in developing vaccines. It has joined the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness and Innovation. So you need to know about what is actually the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness and Innovations. So this is an association. Type is public-private alliance. So that means it is not only the governments, not all the governments across the world are coming together. It is a public as well as private individuals or private organizations coming together. Alliance means coming together. There is no formal organization or headquarters. It is just an agreement or association between the participating, whether it is public or private. And the funding is done by Bill Gates Foundation, and then Wellcome Trust, World Economic Forum, and India along with some other countries like Japan, Norway, Germany. So India is also funding the project. That's why this is important. If India is not funding, then it may not be important for our exam. So India is funding. So association is public-private partnership. And when it formed, so what is the objective? We will see what is the objective also. That is more important. Before, we will see the formation. So it was formed in 2017 World Economic Forum, Davos. So every year we have a meeting at Davos through World Economic Forum. So it was launched in 2017, which is very important. And the investment total was given $460 million by all the countries together as of now. Okay. So that is the funding, and why this organization was or this alliance was formed. That is the most important thing for our exam. To finance and coordinate development of new vaccine. So you might have known that diseases, most of the diseases can be controlled by vaccines through vaccination. So that's why this alliance has formed to support or enhance vaccines penetration across the world, right? So that is the objective. The objective is to promote the utility or production of vaccine across the world. For they are, as of now, they are focusing on certain specific diseases that are Marburg fever, Lassa fever, MERS, SARS, Nipah virus, Rift Valley fever, chikungunya, and other diseases. So you don't need to remember all the diseases. They won't ask you. There are not all the diseases covered. If the statement comes as all diseases, no, it is not. Specifically, there are certain diseases as of now. So that is about the objective, formation, and who is funding. All these are very important for our exam. Next, Parvatmala Pariyojana. So the context is this: our Union Home Minister for Road Transport, Nitin Gadkari ji, has announced that more than 200 projects cost of 1.25 lakh crore are being implemented under Parvatmala Pariyojana, National Ropeway Development Program. So everyone knows the ropeways, right? You can see this diagram. So these are a type of transport vehicle which can transport through air through connection of some strings, right? So that is about the ropeway. So the government has planned for 200 projects with 1.2 lakh crore budget. And what is about the scheme, we will see. The budget, it was launched in budget 2022-23, very important. When it was launched is always important. And this point we have already seen that government is planning more than 200 projects with 1.25 lakh crore. It is not covering throughout India, rather through specific states, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Jammu Kashmir, and other some northeastern states. So not all throughout the India, you can remember that particular point. The projects under scheme will be taken under PPP model, that means public-private partnership. Not all the funding is given by government, rather government will also take support from the private entities. Like Reliance Foundation, whatever the private entities, they can participate. Government will support with 60% funding. So that is about the Parvatmala Pariyojana. And then there are certain factual pointers which are important for our exams. So To Kill a Tiger, a movie, a small on the background of small Indian village, has nominated for Best Documentary Feature at 2024 Academy Awards, that is Oscar. So this particular film has nominated for Oscar Award in 2024. It was directed by Nisha Pahuja, okay, a Delhi-based person. So this is a fact. Then Apada Prabandhan Puraskar 2024. So we have seen Parakrama Divas and about Subhash Chandra Bose as well. Yesterday we have seen Parakrama Divas and today we have seen Subhash Chandra Bose. And also government has announced this Apada Prabandhan Puraskar 2024 award has got 60 Parachute Field Hospital. So this is the name of the hospital which got the award. So this award was instituted by Indian government to give for whoever the individuals or institutions striving for disaster management in India. So in 2021, along with Parakrama Divas, government has also announced Apada Prabandhan Puraskar Award, who are striving for advanced or mitigating in disaster management. Whoever is working in disaster management, those particular individuals as well as organizations can get this award. This year it got for organization rather than for individuals, and on whose birthday it was given, to remember whose birthday it is given, that is also important. Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay. Next, National Girl Child, every year celebrated on January 24. So today is a National Girl Child Day. So that also important for some competitive exams. So you can remember that. So they just want to enhance about the support to girl child. You can see how patriarchy is our Indian society. So government is supporting the advancement of girl child. Okay. So this is the other fact. And one more fact, in recent humanitarian gesture, India has sent 40,000 liters of malathion pesticide for Afghanistan. For which country? Afghanistan, as malathion can control locust population. So you can see here, locust attacks means the insects attacks agriculture field and they destroy agriculture field. This is the pesticide malathion. So this can control their population. So that's why India has sent certain amount to their Afghanistan counterpart. So this you need to remember what is Malatan, to which country recently has given and for what reason. So that's how you need to remember. Next fact, Cameroon launches world's first malaria vaccine program in the world. So which country has launched the world's first malaria vaccine program? It is Cameroon. So you can see it is a African country, right? And this, it is going to utilize Mosquirix. Mosquirix is the first ever vaccine approved for malaria. So this is two facts are very important for exams, any exams, right? One more fact, India has surpassed Hong Kong as the world's fourth biggest stock market. So India is now ranked fourth in terms of biggest stock markets around the world. So first one is US, second is China, third is Japan, and India stands fourth. And the total worth which are listed in our stock markets is $4.33 trillion. So total worth of companies which are listed on our stock market is $4.33 trillion. So these are 5-6 facts which are relevant for our exam. Now let's solve some questions. If you have listened this class, so let's see. I will also discuss some elimination techniques. How when I was preparing for civil service, many times I used lot of elimination techniques. So prelims clearing was the most easiest thing, because you need to know not only about the knowledge but also about the elimination techniques, how you can work it out. Okay, right. So let's see the first question. First question, someone were asking yesterday to put question mark, so we can put question mark. Consider the following statements about border security force. So you can take some time and you can answer them. They are the security forces under the government or governance under Ministry of Defense. So they are saying that it is being administered under the Ministry of Defense. Then these forces currently deployed in all the states bordering Pakistan and Bangladesh. Second statement. Third statement is they are widely used in disaster management operations. So try to answer this. One is A. Okay, we will check. One is A. Anyone else with other answers about border security force? See, whenever the statements comes, there will be certain specific elements that you need to focus on. Here, Ministry of Defense is one point. In the second point, all the states bordering Pakistan and Bangladesh. And third is used widely in disaster management. So these are the things that you need to observe and whether they are asking correct or not. So very simple. Let's see one by one. First one, it is not under the Ministry of Defense. It is Ministry of Home Affairs. Because there is a logic here. I told that BSF is an internal security force within the borders. So whatever the within borders security is managing, that comes under the Home Ministry. And what are the defense forces or whatever the forces that are going beyond our borders, those will come under the Ministry of Defense. So that is how you need to eliminate the statement. So first statement stands wrong. So you can eliminate this. Second statement, all the states in Pakistan and Bangladesh, yes, all the states, because BSF was launched for India-Pakistan border and Bangladesh became separate country in 1971. So that's why the forces are still existing in Bangladesh. So second statement is correct. Then we will see third is a thing, they are widely used in disaster management. No, they are in terms of defending and also sometimes to assist the army. So this stands also wrong. So answer is 2 only. Okay. Right. Next question. Which of the following mountain peaks is located in Gilgit-Baltistan region, which is illegally occupied by Kashmir? So we have seen the peaks, one of the peaks. So we'll see what is the question. So they are saying that what is the peak that is located in Gilgit-Baltistan region, that is Pakistan occupied Kashmir? Siachen Peak. So Siachen Peak is located in Gilgit-Baltistan. So it is not actually a peak. There is no Siachen Peak. So it is actually a Siachen glacier, but still, yes, sometimes you may consider. Second is Mount Godwin Austen. So it is also called as K2. Saltoro, Kangri, Kamet Peak. So these are located in northeastern Uttarakhand. So this is the answer, most appropriate answer. See, if you have solved some test questions, there may be two similar answers. Okay, two similar answers. Here, Siachen Peak as well as Mount Godwin possible, but it is part of Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Siachen Peak is in our hands, not in the hands of Pakistan. So this sometimes halfly correct, but it is not completely correct. So B option is the most appropriate K2 peak. We have discussed it. Okay, right. Right, 2 is B. Okay, we will solve next question. Consider the following statement about Bharata Ratna awards. They are the highest military decoration awarded for displaying distinguished acts of valor during war time. So that is the first statement. Let's see. You can answer, then we will discuss the answer. The award is given to those only who has Indian origin or holds Indian citizenship. So that is the second statement. The award consists of medal along with 10 lakh rupees. So someone answer this. Third question. So this is the third question. Any answers? Take 10 seconds time and answer this. So about Bharat Ratna, this is how the questions are framed in all the exams. They are the highest military decoration awarded during the wartime. Second is only Indian citizens or only Indians can get this. The award consists of medals along with 10 lakh rupees. Yes, answer is D, because this is wrong. This is given for civilians. Then not only for Indians, so many of the foreigners has got this, right? Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela. So this statement is wrong, and there is no monetary award at all in this award. So this also is wrong. So answer is D. Some student has commented, yes, you are correct. Fourth, in which of the following does the Azad Hind government was formed by Subhash Chandra Bose in 1943? So there are 14, this was repeated question in most of the exams. In which places Azad Hind government was formed by Subhash Chandra Bose? Taiwan, Singapore, Germany, Vietnam. So anyone answer? Any answer? Okay, we will see. Vietnam, not at all. So we haven't discussed this. Germany, no. Azad Hind government has not formed. Rather, Indian Legion was formed there. Taiwan, no. Singapore is the answer. So Singapore was under the Japan that time, and Singapore was the territory where it was formed. Yes, no, actually C is not the answer. Someone has commented C, it is answer B. Right. Coalition for epidemic preparedness innovations, sometimes mentioned in news, for which of the following type of organization? So we have discussed coalition for epidemic preparedness and innovations. So what type of organization it is, they are asking. It is a body under United Nations. So they are saying it is part of United Nations. A funding association formed by World Health Organization. Partnership among various public and private entities. It is an alliance of global countries which established agreement. So can someone answer this? Which type of organization is coalition for? This is the fifth question. This is the last question. So what type of organization is coalitions for epidemic preparedness and innovation? It is not under United Nations. So you can eliminate this. It is not. We have seen that it is a public-private partnership. A funding association formed under World Health Organization? No, not under World Health Organization. A partnership among various public-private entities. So we have seen this. It is like an alliance or partnership between public-private enterprises or entities. The alliance from global countries with established agreement? No, there is no established mandatory agreement, and not all the countries are part of it. Okay, so most appropriate one is answer C. That is for today's session. Thanks a lot. Keep following and keep subscribing. Thank you.